It's becoming painfully clear. Ordinary people across the UK are still getting poorer. But this time, the frustration cuts deeper than just rising bills or stagnant wages. This time, it's about trust, or the growing sense that we can't trust the people in charge. At the center of this storm is Rachel Reeves. The name's been everywhere lately. She's the Chancellor now, the one meant to steady the ship, fix the cracks, and guide the UK economy out of the fog. And part of the reason she got here, her reputation as a serious, experienced economist, someone who, for years, claims she spent a decade at the Bank of England, 10 years, a full decade, at one of the country's most important financial institutions. It sounded impressive, reassuring even, like, finally, someone who knows what they're doing. Except, that part of the story, it wasn't quite true. In reality, Reeves was at the bank for about 5.5 years, and even then, her role wasn't exactly what the public imagined. She often called herself an economist, but official records suggest her position leaned more towards customer services. Now sure, mistakes happen, misunderstandings, but in a political climate where trust is already in short supply, this wasn't just a slip-up. It felt like a betrayal. Because if a politician can stretch the truth about this, what else are they willing to blur? And when that politician is the one holding the economic reins of an entire country, well, suddenly it's not just about credibility. It's about consequences. When asked about the discrepancy, Reeves brushed it off, said it was a mix-up. She explained she worked at the bank between 2000 and 2006, and also spent time at the British Embassy. But even then, her words felt hazy. No real clarity, no real accountability. And the questions don't stop there. Back in 2015, Reeves had her parliamentary credit card revoked after failing to settle over $4,000 in expenses. That's not just awkward. It's a serious red flag about her personal approach to finances. Because think about it. If a regular person failed to pay their bills, misrepresented their CV, and fumbled their budget, they'd face real consequences. But for politicians, too often it feels like they just move on. Nigel Farage, never shy with his opinions, has jumped on the controversy. He says Reeves isn't just one bad apple. To him, she's a symptom of something bigger, a political class more interested in spin than substance. And while he once thought Reeves was, in his words, sensible and decent, now he says he's disappointed. And honestly, it's hard not to understand why. Reeves, meanwhile, points to the latest economic numbers, a tiny 0.1% uptick in growth as a sign of hope, a glimmer of progress. But let's be real, that's not recovery. That's barely a heartbeat. And in an economy that's supposed to be bouncing back,